Ladies and gentlemen, after missing out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament, we have to swiftly move towards our preparation for the 2025 Afcon tournament. This is the time expectations are very high, following our Super Eagles run to the grand finale stage in the last edition of the Afcon tournament. It was the Super Eagles versus Ivory Coast in the grand finale stage. A lot of people are anticipating this time around that we should go for the ultimate, and we have to talk about the team's preparation towards this Afcon tournament. Before I do that, if you are new on this platform, quickly let's do it together. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Like the video and share to other social media platforms. As usual, my name still remains Solomon Kwadwo Asante, your only nomenclature of the engineer's philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with a Nigerian name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. And please do also leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. More straightforward, let's get into the video and talk about the 2025 Afcon tournament. It is scheduled to take place in Morocco from the 21st of December 2025 to the 18th of January 2026. And the Super Eagles, based on the reports that I have, they are set to opening camp on the 8th of December 2025. Our first game will be against Tanzania on the 23rd of December 2025. Second game will be against Tunisia on the 27th of December 2025. And our last group game will be against Uganda on the 30th of December 2025. Ahead of these matches and the Afcon tournament, Frederick, head coach of the team, has submitted an expanded 55-man provisional squad list to the Nigerian Football Federation. This is where he is expected to reduce it to be between 24 to 27 players based on the new CAF regulations and also authorization from the Nigerian Football Federation based on the guidelines as to what they think they befit for the man squad for this Afcon tournament. According to the latest reports that I have, the Confederation of African Football is set to decide on a revised form or format for this Afcon tournament, where countries like the Super Eagles can register 27 players for major tournaments. And this time around, CAF will only cater for 23 players in terms of their transports, their competition logistics, and also accommodation. And each of the federation submitting more than 23 players. If you are submitting 27 players, the 4 remaining players, you have to take care of them. You have to weigh your financial consideration to see whether you can cater for these players or not. And advantages to some of these things in form of just coming out with extra players will just help you in terms of your injury situations, suspensions, and also when you want to vary your taxes, you can get to know the right set of players to go in with specific amount of players and also the good players that you have in your team. So these are some of the advantages of expanding the squad list from 23 to 27 as to whether you can cater for extra 2 players, making your squad list 25 or not. It all depends on how your financial consideration and situation will be. So that is the latest coming in from CAF and the Super Eagles team. According to the latest reports that I have, some key players are in the provisional man squad, same as some lesser known players being monitored by Eric Sekuchel, since his stint with the Super Eagles are also in the team. We have 10 players that we'll be going to talk about. But this is the time, according to the latest report, Eric Sekuchel has emphasized on the squad list in terms of getting the depth of the squad and also considering the psychological resilience of his team going into the Afcon tournament, especially with the tactical versatility as to which player going to start or as to which players taken into this Afcon tournament. So this is the latest surrounding the Super Eagles team. On that note, let's talk about the dissection of the squad list. According to a renowned Nigerian sports journalist, Oluwashina Okeleji, our very own Benjamin Frederick is said to be ruled out of this 2025 Afcon tournament. We all saw his exploits with the Super Eagles team, especially during the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, through to the group matches to the mini tournaments, and even towards the end parts of Nigeria versus DR Congo. He was very jaded and even had muscular cramps. This time around, due to the fact that he didn't get enough time at his club side, and also he was very tired with the Super Eagles team, he picked up knee injury, and with respect to the knee injury, he's set to miss out on the Afcon tournament. This is the latest being reported by Okeleji, and I needed to do further research to know whether it is true or not. But based on further research, he missed out on his team last leg match against Royal Antwerp. They won by 2-1. And this time around, if things are going as it is, based on what I saw from the club sites, he might miss out on the 2025 Afcon tournament. Let's check out the exact post from Okeleji Oluwashina, the Nigerian renowned journalist. Brentford's FC defender and Super Eagles defender Benjamin Frederick set to miss Afcon 2025 with knee injury picked up in training at Belgian club Denda on Friday. So just after leaving Super Eagles camp, he picked up this injury at training. Expected to return to action after the tournament. The Rising Star started his country's last 6 games under Eric Sequichel. These are some of the players that we wish to see in the Super Eagles team in the 2025 Afcon tournaments. He's very versatile in the defensive parts of the Super Eagles team. He can play as a right back. He can play very well as a center back. So it's a big blow for Nigeria Super Eagles going into the Afcon tournament. As to whether he can recover before the Afcon tournament, it remains to be seen how his progress will develop in the coming days. Whatever it is, I will apprise you with the latest on this platform. Now let's talk about 10 relatively unknown players in the Super Eagles squad list. Let me quickly run you through with respect to their positions and how best they can play for the Super Eagles based on the expanded 55-man provisional squad submitted by Eric Sequichel. And later, by the close of this week, you get to know all these players and how Eric Sequichel can select 23 to 27 players among. The first player relatively unknown to the squad list, reportedly, is Anthony Deniz of Göztepe SK in Turkey. Predominantly, he plays as a defensive midfielder. He can also play as a central midfielder. According to the latest reports, he is part of the provisional man squad. The second player is David Moises. I've spoken about David Moses, who plays as club football for Slavia Prague in Czech Republic. Predominantly, he plays as a central midfielder. He can play as a right back and as a right midfielder. He's doing well, and his name is still going up in Czech Republic based on his exploits with his club side in the UEFA Champions League, Slavia Prague. The third player on the list is Chibuki Nuau of Wolfsberger FC in Austria. Predominantly, he plays as a centre back. He can play as a defensive midfielder and as a central midfielder. So that is the latest coming in from the reports that I have. The fourth player among the 10 relatively unknown players is Rafiu Durosinmi, who plays as club football for Victoria Plzeň in Czech Republic. Predominantly plays as a center forward. He can play as a right winger and also play as a second striker. So his name is Pat based on the reports that I have. The fifth player on my list is Dapo Joshua Afolayan, who plays his club football for St. Pauli in the German Bundesliga. Predominantly, he plays as a right winger. He can play as a center forward and as a left winger. He was born in England. He migrated with his parents to Germany. He can also play for Nigeria. He can even play for Canada. So this is a player who is very versatile in terms of playing for all these countries: England, Germany, Nigeria, and Canada. And the latest report that I have is that he has agreed to playing for the Super Eagles. And even in 2021, he stated that he's ever ready in playing for the Super Eagles. So Dapo Afolayan, the second time talking about him on this platform, he is in the 55-man provisional man squad. The next player on my list, that is the sixth player, is Ryan Alibiasu, who plays his club football for Blackburn Rovers in England. I have spoken about this guy, and this is the third time talking about him in this video. According to the latest reports, he's also part of the relatively unknown players. And I think this time around, he will come in as a right back. That is what he predominantly plays at his club side, Blackburn Rovers. He can also play as a left back, as a left midfielder, and as a right midfielder. He was born in England, but he has declared his full readiness for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The seventh player on the list is Tochukwu Nadi, who plays for Zulte Waregem in Belgium. He plays predominantly as a defensive midfielder and as a central midfielder. The eighth player is Onuche Ogbelewu of Esperance in Tunisia. He plays as a central midfielder predominantly, and he can also play as a defensive midfielder. The ninth player on the list is Tebo Franklin Uchena, who plays a slab football for Crvena Zvezda in Serbia, same as Resta Belgrade. According to the latest reports, he's also part of the squad list. And I stand to be corrected. This is the second time he has been invited into the Super Eagles team. If it is true, the first one was in April 2021, and this will be the second time. We are waiting to see whether he's part of the provisional man squad or not. He plays predominantly as a center back. The last player on the list is Ebenezer Hakots, who plays for Sporting Lagos, a goalkeeper in the list. So these are some of the players reportedly part of Eric Sekwichel's 55-man provisional squad submitted to the Nigerian Football Federation. Based on their guidance, you'll get to know whether he's going to bring out 23, 24, 25, 26, or 27-man squad. And based on new CAF regulations, as reportedly that they are going to have some changes or revision as to how they are going to make it to be. And that is it coming in from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that is the latest surrounding the Super Eagles team ahead of our preparation for the 2025 Afcon tournament. Whatever it is, we just apprise you with the latest. So just keep it logged on the platform. Before I take a leave of you, let me give special shout out to these amazing commenters. Special shout out to Ikechukwu. I do appreciate your support. Marcus, I do appreciate the support of Marcus, and special shout out to Adigoji Osman. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Likila. Special shout out to Toles Nelson. I do appreciate your support. Marcus Aiken. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Akibe Stanley. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Bat Deco. Okay, Divine Bat Deco. I do appreciate your support. Gabriel Jimmy. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Bethesda. I do appreciate the support, whatever it is, and how you've supported the platform. To every cherished viewer on this platform, I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Let's meet in the next one. God richly bless you all. Until you meet again, it's bye for now.